Vine standing in front of the mirror wearing a beautiful silk robe, looking radiant as usual after a shower applying moisture, and smiling to herself when she froze at her spot at the sensation of someone rapping. His arms around her. She instantly melted into his touch when she realized he's none other than her husband. The familiar scent and the soft touch of his rough hand on her bare skin. JK, his sweetheart, Vine smiles and turns to him. His gaze turned softer, seeing her looking as pretty as ever. He smiled and buried his face in her neck, inhaling a sweet lavender and honey scent. JK, you smell good, like home. She blushes a little and wraps her arms around his waist. Ryan, and you smell like gunpowder. He scrunched his nose, knowing it's true. JK, my bad. He steals kisses before pulling away and going to the bathroom. She smiles to herself, getting ready to go with him on shopping. Later, he came out with an only towel wrapped around his waist and his muscular torso on display when he saw her struggling with her heels. He crosses his arms around his chest and smirks before bending in front of her and holding her feet and locks the straps and places a gentle kiss on her feet. She gulps as it's not the first time, but he never fails to take erection out of her with his gentle gestures. She avoided eye contact when he smirks. JK, you're blushing, princess, teasing her more. As they both stood up, Wine tried to play cool. Wine, no, it's just hot in here, nothing else. He didn't buy her lie and pulled her in his arms. JK, look at me, kisses her jaw. She placed her hand on his bare chest and bites her lips and looks at him. His eyes narrowed, seeing her vulnerable in his arms. JK, stop it. You know what this does to me. Gulps. He can't help and kissed her passionately. When they pulled away, she looked at him, pouting. JK, what's this pout for? Rubbing his thumb over her lips. Wine. I just applied the gloss and you ruined it. He grins mischievously and kisses her neck. JK, can't blame me, and besides that, I guess we should take a leave before I change my mind and decides to keep you all to myself. Wine turns red and hits his chest when he winks at her and pulls away to get ready. Walking through the luxurious mall with her heels making a click sound against the exorbitant floor with him by her side holding her hand firm in his, but he was having business calls while walking. Two sets of bulky bodyguards walking in front. And on the back with their eagle eyes and attentive behavior. She pulls him towards a brand when he follows her talking to his associates on the call, having an online meeting. She gets irritated by each passing minute. She pulls her hand out of his and crosses her arms looking at him annoyed. He notices her expression and raises his eyebrows pausing for a minute. JK, what is it, sweetheart? She reflects on something before smiling and walks to one of his bodyguards who were holding the shopping bags. She looks and pulls out a silk scarf and walks to him. Wine, give me your hand. He gave her his hand when she points to the other one. He, amused by her demand, gave her. She notes the end of the scarf on his wrist and wraps the scarf around her neck and held his other hand, making sure now he can't attend any call or work related stuff. His guards were looking at them with their eyes wide open. She looked at his guards and raised her eyebrows when they instantly looked down. Wine, what are you guys looking at? They instantly spoke. Nothing, ma'am. Wine, are you guys married? They nod their heads no. Wine, then none of you would understand. It's a wifey thing. Smiles and looks at Jungkook, who was admiring her little tactics of taking his attention on her. He couldn't help but lean in and kiss her forehead. As they were walking and checking clothes, Wine liked this very beautiful cherry red color willing dress. He placed his hand on her lower back. JK, you liked it, darling? Wine smiles and nods. I loved it. What do you think? He nods. It's pretty, but we'll only buy this on one condition. You will wear this only in front of me and give me a private show later when we get home. Whispers in her ear seductively. Her eyes widened when she turned red and blushing mess. Ryan, Cook, tried to get away when she couldn't as her scarf is tied to his wrist and was holding her firm. He chuckles heartily and smirks, kissing her earlobe. The whole day they shopped like this, with his hand tied to her scarf, and he didn't even complain for 1 second. And like this, they spent a quality time together after days of him, drowned in his work and business. Ryan smiles and comes out wearing that dress with a full view of her bare legs and the dress perfectly displaying her curves, and it felt like the dress was specially made for her. He nods, appreciating when she gave him a twirl and a full view. Ryan, how do I look? Smiles and walks to him. He smirks and pulls her on his lap and holds her firm and secure. JK, do you want me to say the truth? Ryan nods, playing with his shirt button. JK, like mine. Ryan smiles and feels a tingly sensation in her stomach at the way he compliments her and always has his way of praising her. He smirks proudly, knowing he'll be the only one to make her feel that way. Ryan, I'm hungry. Trying to change the topic. He plays along and gives a gentle squeeze on her waist. JK, let's get your feed, then I'll feast on my meal too. Before she could react, he picked her up, throwing her on his shoulder effortlessly when she gasped and held his shoulders firm and blushed hard and thinking all the unholy thoughts she could in one go.